Alright, so I just picked up this 75-gallon tank from Petco, but needs a stand. So we're going to build a stand. I'm going to show you how I do it for mine. First, I like to start out, I measured the tank. I can never remember what the dimensions of every tank is. Seems like every manufacturer, it's a little bit different. So that's where we start. Then we start cutting our wood. So I measured 48.5 by 18.5. Cut my long boards, could have got 4 of those. And then my short ones I could probably get out of the leftover. So, it's a 96. Yes, I only need four 96ers, 4 8-foot boards. Yeah, alright. Alright, so I forgot to turn the video back on or did a little update as I was going around. But as you can see, stand together. I gotta sand it down and whatnot. I'll go over like basically what I did to put this together here real quick. So as you can see, I have 2 uprights back here just so I can attach this extra support in here. Just pretty much visual for me. Kind of keeps it closed so you can't really see the shelves from looking at the front. So I can just hide some stuff back in there. I did put this support in there because the tank I'm planning on putting on top of this, I'm putting a bunch of rocks and stuff. Just can never be too sure. I mean, I already do have a lot of support. I actually ran out of screws, so I nailed these side pieces on. This is I have 2x2 here in the corner. You can see I mitered these joints up here and screwed those together. So I have 2x2 here and then 2x4s running across with a 2x2 in the middle, just because of the dimensions, the width, front to back, and how 2x4s aren't actually 2x4. I did put shelves in here to store some stuff, as you can see. I always do 2 shelves, all the stands I make. Never end up using half of them, or any of them sometimes. Depends on the tank. I'm not sure with this tank. Probably even need the storage. Might just be able to store extra food or something in there. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna cover up these holes with some wood filler and then sand it down. Now when filling in my holes, I usually just use regular old Elmer's wood filler. Works best for me. It's easily sandable. It blends into the 2x4s that I get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So just to give you a little preview of how this stuff goes on. It goes on purple. Ends up, you can already see it kind of dried here a little bit where I scraped it down. Dries almost sand color as the wood, and when I sand it down and end up staining it, it's barely even noticeable. This is just a basic orbital palm sander I use. It was pretty cheap. It was like $30 or $40, I think. First I start with the 80, and then I go down to the 180. I already did the 80s. As you can tell, it's pretty worn out. So I'm going to do the 180 now to kind of smooth out the wood a little more. It's pretty smooth already, but you know, a little more never hurts. I stained the stand, as you can see, the darker color matches the rest of the stands in the furniture in the living room. So if I'm ever allowed to bring my fish tanks back up into the living area again, it'll match. But right now I'm going to paint the back of this, and I just wanted to show you guys how I do that. So basically I just use this Rust-Oleum here. I always use flat black, and as some people will use the glossy, but I just put it in a little pan there and I just roll it on. The thicker you do it, the less coats you have to do it. But yeah, it's pretty much what you do. So, got the first coat on. You can see it's on there pretty thick, but probably still going to need 2 more coats maybe. There's always that one spot. So we're going to let this dry overnight and then come back tomorrow and put another coat on. See where we are after that. So this is kind of the finished product on the stand. I put a couple layers of clear coat on it, polyurethane. I do the satin finish, so it's not like super glossy, but still, you know, relatively smooth to the touch. Between each coat, I give it a light sanding with I think it's like 400 grit. But yeah, this is it for the stand. Hopefully next week next week's Thanksgiving, so hopefully next week I can get this tank set up a little bit. I got some rocks in there sitting on top of some egg crate, just playing around trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Egg crate's there because I've never put rocks this big inside of a tank, and just want to kind of distribute some of that weight out so it's not all centered in one area. So that's gonna be it for this week's video. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button or subscribe. As I said, I want to get this tank set up within the next week, and then I'm going to plant a 55 gallon. I have an idea what I want to put in it, and plants and everything, but still we're trying to get some ideas exactly what I want to do. See you then.